So hello, I'll be talking about the app that I'm building in this very co-working space. It's called HypoStats and it's for diabetics. My name is Peter. You can find me using this handle PS Finaki on Reddit, on GitHub, on Stack Overflow, X, Blue Sky, and even on that wall. I'm everywhere like this. And today I'll be talking about diabetes. By chance, does anyone have diabetes here apart from me? Okay, that's fine. That's good that you don't. I'll just explain a few things. I will not dive into details because it's not the point. It's a bit unfortunate naming. There are many conditions called diabetes, and they are kind of different. For example, I have type 1 diabetes, which is not the one that your grandma has, and not the one that you get by eating a lot of sweets. It's type 2, and then there are like many more of them. And the only thing that is kind of common for them is that the pancreas is not working properly or not working enough one way or another. The pancreas is the organ somewhere here, and does many things. Among other things, it manages the glucose levels in your body. As in, you eat something, you get some carbs, and pancreas identifies that. It sees that the glucose levels rise up, and then it emits some insulin to bring these things, to bring the glucose back to normal. So, and if it's not working, then you become the glucose manager. You should do that. And what is glucose management about? These days, most people with diabetes, including me, have some kind of sensor. I have it here. It's taking the blood tests every few minutes and sending data about that to somewhere, like to the phone, for example. And I can act on that. It's helpful to have it. And then, for example, when I eat something, when I need to estimate the amount of carbs that I consume, then I need to estimate the amount of insulin I need, and then I need to inject the insulin manually into my body, because that's what would normally pancreas do, but I have to do it. Some people have insulin pens, just injecting like that. I have insulin pump. This is small box here, and it's connected to my body. So essentially, on my command, I inject the insulin using the box. So a few things can go wrong. Since we humans make mistakes, I can just miscalculate the amount of insulin that I need, and then a few things can happen. Like either I inject too little insulin, and then I will have the blood sugar spike like that. It's called hyperglycemia, and then it means I need to inject a bit more. Or I can inject too much insulin, and then I have the blood sugar drop like this, and it's called hypoglycemia. So hypoglycemia and alternative spellings, if you will. I could give you a more or less proper definition, but instead I thought I'll just show you memes. So the thing is that whenever it happens to me, I feel dizzy, and it's a bit like a bit drunk state, if you will, and also it's visible. Like I start to sweat, and it's hard to focus, and I also get really hungry. So, and that's good in that sense that my body gives me signals. Hey, eat something, do something. Because if I don't, I will just faint and then I will die. So, by the way, if you see me fainting in this co-working, then call the ambulance and tell them that I have type 1D. They will save my life. So, but this usually doesn't happen because I have all the symptoms, and therefore I feel it, I can react. I always have my sugar with me somewhere, so I can eat something quickly and bring it back to normal. Usually it's all fine, but it's still a bit unpleasant, all this stuff. So one day, my girlfriend asked me, so how often this happens actually to hypoglycemia? Because, well, she cares. Nice. And I actually don't know. It happens sometimes, often, I don't know, every now and then. I don't have data. And I think I should have some. And I could have started just writing the episodes to the notebook with a pencil, but I thought, why would I? I'm a developer. I'll build an app for that. So I did, and I'll show it to you. So it's called HypoStats, and it's quite simple as of now. So whenever I have hypoglycemia, whenever my blood sugar drops and I have to eat something, I do eat that, and then I just input that, pressing the button, big pink button here, and that's it. And with time, I'm using that for a few weeks already. I got some statistics from that. So I got some insights. I have like streaks, like in Duolingo, how many days I do not have any episodes, which is fine. Or I have information about when it happens most often, which is actually quite valuable for me. This is really valuable information because I can act on that. I understand trends. And that's kind of it. I have like a bunch of settings here and there in the logs and the dark mode, but that's essentially it as for the functionality. So I built it. I'll describe a bit the technical side of it, but just a little. How many people have built the mobile apps here? And in Kotlin? Okay. So many people do build apps in React these days. I chose Kotlin because there are actually many diabetes open source apps out there, and I wanted to help. And I don't have background. My background is .NET. All my life I was developing compilers, libraries, and SDKs, and now I'm suddenly doing the mobile apps. So I picked Kotlin because I wanted practice with this particular thing. And those other things, they're just fancy names of some random technologies, meaning that I'm using the modern stack pretty much. That's it regarding the plans. So I want to publish it because as of now, the app is open source. I do everything open source. So like, and it has releases here. You can like download the APK and install it on your phone. But like, I want to have it on properly on Play Store. It's just hard. It's suddenly hard to get it there. I thought I would pay $25 for the developer license and they will publish it there. But no, it doesn't work this way. It's a lot of bureaucracy, a lot of things to do, and declarations to fill that I don't sell drugs there, and so on. I will actually maybe make a presentation just about this topic one day, because I'm still going through that. As you see, now I'm at the stage that I need 12 testers to install and just like try the app. So I thought to mention it here because you have once in a lifetime opportunity to be the beta tester of the unpublished Android app. If you want, reach out to me and I will add you to the list. So we'll be very happy to have that. So, but yeah, one way or another, I'll get it there. I'll promote it somewhere and add more stuff to the app. That's it, really. The app is on GitHub. I would appreciate any contribution or even a star. Any feedback is welcome in that regard. So questions, feel free to ask now or later. And 10 seconds of self-promotion here. I have recently quit my job, so looking for new opportunities these days. If you have something interesting, reach out to me on that topic as well. Thanks a lot. You want to ask there? I want to be a backup. Okay, I will add it. Okay. So apparently someone noticed that I haven't used the word AI in the presentation, which means that you have unlocked the secret AI section of the presentation, which I have here. Of course I have used it. So because it's very good for learning. I use everything as in like Claude Sonnet and ChatGPT-5. It's like there is mixture of experts, and I use the mixture of mixtures of experts in that regard. So modes and prompts and instructions. So it helps a lot. But I'm really happy that I have a solid developing background in a different platform, different environment, but still I know the things like dependency injection and testing, how it all things work, because I have to be very conservative and very paranoid. This is an example. I once asked Copilot to fix the test, and it told me like, no, it's hard to fix them. Don't refactor the code. Just leave things broken and publish it. And I was like, this is like the worst advice you can get ever, like, or give it to anyone. So, but that was 4.5. Yeah. So this happens sometimes. One observation I have is that you get inherently old things using AI because it's trained on what's kind of most available, and what's most available is already old. So that's one of the downsides you have to live with. So do we have a few more minutes? Because today I did the Grand AI challenge. I thought, now I have the app, it somehow works. So I asked the Copilot to write the specification for the app and to re-implement it based on specification. So do it there and back. And like, I pay for Copilot, so it could go as elaborate as it wanted to. And it wrote like a huge thing, it's like, I have it here, it's 2,300 words, including like full classes and all this stuff. So it wrote it here. It's all the prompt to the Copilot, and then I input it to the like blank folder. So, and what do you think is the result? Who thinks that it worked right away? I left this prompt to the empty folder in Visual Studio Code and went to the gym. So went it working in agent mode for an hour. So who thinks it implemented things right away? Oh, you're so conservative here. So who thinks it didn't? Okay. So actually, yeah, of course it didn't. It stumbled on Gradle because Gradle is hard to build systems. But like, then I tried, I said, okay, so you see it's not working. Like, try testing it yourself and like fix it, and based on the input. So we left it for half an hour more. And it did something like reasonable. As in, I have the new version, like re-implemented version here. So it's like the icons were all messed up. The text was like messed up. The tests were messed up. So, but like the basic functionality working, like for example, language switching, doesn't work, but like theme switching like works. So it's a bit like it's kind of okay, but that given this huge prompt with very detailed descriptions. So usually you don't have so many ideas about how things should look like. I was just curious to have this tried. So yeah, that's my grand AI challenge. I'm going back from the secret section of the presentation. Okay, you're welcome.